Hello friends, welcome to Prashant IAS. So friends, in the last class we were discussing about great circle, and in this class we will continue our discussion further. So friends, as you can see on the screen, the topic of today's class is revolution of earth around the sun. So friends, in this class we will discuss about the topic of revolution of earth in a very detailed manner. So friends, let's begin. So friends, first of all the question arises that what is the meaning of revolution of earth around the sun? Okay, so friends, in the previous classes also I told you that whenever we are discussing about any topic, whenever I am teaching you any topic, then first of all our duty is to know that what is the meaning of that topic. So as today we are discussing about the revolution of earth, so first of all we need to know that what is this revolution of earth, or what is the meaning of the revolution of earth. So friends, now let's try to find out the answer to this question. So friends, the meaning of revolution of earth is the movement of earth around the sun in a fixed path, and this fixed path is called as the orbit of earth. Okay, so what is the meaning of revolution of earth? So revolution of earth basically means the movement of earth, the movement of our planet earth around the sun. Okay, and our planet earth moves around the sun in a fixed path. Okay, so what happens that our planet earth moves around the sun in a fixed path, and this fixed path of earth in which the earth moves around the sun is called as the orbit of earth around the sun. So friends, now I will show you one animation. So by seeing that animation, all the students can easily understand the meaning of the revolution of earth around the sun. So friends, here in this diagram, this is our sun. Okay, and this is our earth. Okay, so in this diagram, this is our earth, and this black path, okay, in this black path in which the earth is moving around the sun, this black path is known as the orbit of earth around the sun. So what is the meaning of orbit? So orbit basically means the path in which the earth moves around the sun. Okay, so now friends, I will play this animation for you so that you all can understand. And before playing this animation, I would like to tell you one more thing, that the shape of the orbit of earth, okay, so you can clearly see in this diagram that the shape of the orbit of earth is like a ellipse. Okay, so ellipse is a geometric shape. For example, circle is a geometric shape, square is a geometric shape, rectangle is a geometric shape. So similarly, ellipse is also a type of geometric shape. Okay, and you can clearly see in this diagram that the shape of this orbit is like a ellipse. Okay, that's why we call this orbit as elliptical orbit. Okay, so you need to keep in mind that the fixed path in which the earth moves around the sun is called as orbit, and the shape of the orbit is like a ellipse. That's why we call this orbit as elliptical orbit. Okay, so now I am playing this animation. So here you can clearly see that our planet earth is moving around the sun. Okay, you can clearly see that our planet earth is moving around the sun in a fixed path. So this movement of earth around the sun, this motion of earth around the sun is known as the revolution of earth around the sun. Okay, so this movement of earth, this motion of earth around the sun is known as the revolution of earth. Okay, and after this you need to keep in mind that earth moves around the sun in a fixed path, and this fixed path is called as the orbit of earth around the sun, and moreover the shape of this orbit is elliptical. So we call this orbit as elliptical orbit. Friends, in the previous classes I taught you that how to identify the directions. So here again I am drawing one diagram for all of you so that you can clearly identify the directions. Okay, so friends, this direction is called as east direction, this direction is called as west direction, this direction is called as south direction, and this direction is called as north direction. Okay, so now we have to apply these directions in this diagram, and now I will ask one question from you. So my question is that what is the direction of the revolution of earth around the sun. Okay, so what is my question? So my question is that can you identify the direction of the revolution of earth around the sun, means in which direction the earth moves around the sun. So kindly pause the video and give your answer in the comment section. Then I will tell you that what is the direction of the movement of earth or revolution of earth around the sun. So friends, if you will try to identify the directions in this diagram, then you will say that sir, this is north direction, this direction is south direction, this direction is east direction, and this direction is west direction. Okay, so now here in this animation you can see that the earth is going from west to east. Okay, so you can clearly see that the earth is going from west to east. So what is the direction of the revolution of earth around the sun? So now you can give me answer that sir, the earth revolves. Okay, so here we are not talking about rotation, here we are talking about revolution. Okay, so now you can say me that sir, the earth revolves around the sun in west to east direction. Okay, so what you can say? You can say that sir, the earth revolves around the sun, or the earth moves around the sun in west to east direction. Okay, now friends, we can also call this direction as anti-clockwise direction. Okay, we can also call this direction as anti-clockwise or counter-clockwise direction. Now friends, what is the meaning of this counter-clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction? Okay, so let's suppose if this is a diagram of clock. Okay, so and let's suppose that this is the minute hand and this is the hour hand. Okay, so this black colored is the hour hand and this blue colored is the minute hand. Okay, now you can, if you have ever observed your clock, or if you have not observed, then you can go into your room and you can see your wall clock. Okay, then you will find that the needle of the clock moves in this direction. Okay, so you can clearly identify and easily identify that the needle of the clock moves in this direction. So the direction in which the needle of the clock moves, this direction is known as clockwise direction. So clockwise direction means the direction which is going like a clock. Okay, but here in this animation you can clearly see that the earth is moving in the direction which is opposite to the direction of the movement of the needles of a clock. Okay, so you can see that the clock is moving like this. Okay, you can clearly see the clock is moving like this, whereas the earth is moving in the opposite direction of the motion of clock. That's why we call this motion as counterclockwise direction. Okay, so the direction of the movement of earth around the sun is counterclockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Now friends, after this I would like to tell you about two very important concepts which are known as perihelion and aphelion. Okay, so what is the meaning of perihelion and what is the meaning of aphelion? So friends, I told you that the fixed path, in which the earth moves around the sun is called as the orbit of earth around the sun. Okay, so this fixed path is called as the orbit of earth around the sun. So here in both of these diagrams you can clearly identify that this is the orbit of earth around the sun and this is also the orbit of earth around the sun. Okay, so this is a 2D diagram, okay, two dimensional, and in this diagram so I am trying to illustrate you a 3D diagram of the movement of earth around the sun. Okay, that's why this diagram is little tilted. Okay, so this is 3D version and this is 2D version. Okay, so here you have to imagine that this is a 3D diagram, then only you would be able to clearly see the 3D diagram in your mind. Okay, now friends, I told you that orbit is the fixed path in which the earth moves around the sun, and I also told you that the shape of this orbit is elliptical. So you can clearly see in both of these diagrams that the shape of this orbit is like a ellipse. Okay, this is a elliptical orbit. Okay, now I will tell you one very important concept and that concept is that the sun, okay, the sun is not located in the center of the in the center of this orbit. Okay, so you can clearly see in both of these diagrams that the sun is not located in the center of the ellipse. For example, if you will see in this second diagram, so this is the center of the ellipse. Okay, so this red dot is the center of the ellipse, but the sun is located somewhere here. Okay, so what we can say, that the sun is not located at the center of the ellipse. So if the sun is not located at the center of the ellipse, it means that at one position earth will be very close to sun. Okay, because the sun is not located at the center of the ellipse, sun is located near to one end of the ellipse. Okay, so at one position earth will be very close to sun, and in second position the earth will be very far from sun. Okay, so now I will tell you that what is the meaning of perihelion and aphelion. So friends, perihelion basically means the position in which the earth is very close to sun. So you can clearly see in this diagram that here the earth is very close to sun. The distance between earth and sun is very less. Okay, so in this diagram number 2, this will be the position of perihelion, and in diagram number 1, this will be the position of perihelion. Okay, so now in both of these diagrams you can clearly see that in the position of perihelion earth is very close to sun. So perihelion basically means the position of earth, the position of earth in its orbit where the distance of earth and sun is least, where the earth is closest to the sun. Okay, now friends, after this, what is the meaning of aphelion? So you can clearly see in this diagram. Okay, so in this diagram, this is the position of aphelion, and in this diagram, means diagram number 1, this is the position of aphelion. Okay, so now you can clearly see in these both of these diagrams that in the position of aphelion the earth is farthest from the sun. Okay, means the distance between sun and earth is very large. The distance between sun and earth is maximum. Okay, so aphelion means the position of earth in its orbit. Okay, aphelion means the position of earth in its orbit where the distance between sun and earth, is maximum. Okay, means the earth is farthest from the sun. So this is the meaning of aphelion. So friends, after this, the next question is that what is the period of revolution of earth around the sun? Okay, so first of all, before knowing that what is the period of revolution, we need to know that what is the meaning of period of revolution. Okay, so I told you that first of all we need to know the meaning of any topic. Okay, because I promised you that I will teach you each and everything from very basic to advanced level. Okay, so what is the meaning of the period of revolution? Okay, so now let's suppose friends, okay, so now in this diagram you know that this is sun, this is earth, and this is the orbit of earth around the sun. Okay, now let's suppose, okay, so now in this orbit we need to consider one reference position. Okay, so now in this orbit we need to consider one reference position. So friends, let's suppose that this is the reference position. Okay, means let's suppose this is the position number 1 from where the earth has started the revolution around the sun, means from where the earth has started its motion around the sun. So okay, so this is position number 1. Okay, now definitely earth will move around the sun. Okay, so I told you that the earth will move around the sun. Okay, so here in this diagram you can see that the earth is moving around the sun. Okay, so the earth will move like this. From here earth will go here, then earth will go here, then earth will go here, then earth will go here, and finally earth will reach to its original position. Okay, so earth will reach to the point from where it has started. Okay, so let me tell you this concept again for all of you. Okay, so let us suppose that this is the position number 1 from where the earth has started its revolution around the sun. The earth has started its motion around the sun. So from position number 1 the earth will go to, let's suppose this is position number 2. Then from here the earth will go here, let's suppose position number 3. Then from here earth will come here, let's suppose position number 4, and finally earth will come back to its original position from where it has started. Okay, so now period of revolution means the time taken by Earth, the time taken by Earth to come back to its original position, the time taken by Earth to come back to its original position after completing a one complete round around the sun. Okay, so what is the meaning of period of revolution? So now can you tell me what is the meaning of period of revolution? So period of revolution basically means the time taken by Earth, the time taken by Earth to complete one round around the sun. Okay, so the time taken by Earth to complete one complete round or one complete revolution around the sun is called as the period of revolution of Earth around the sun. So friends, now let us come back to our original question, that what is the period of revolution around the sun, of Earth around the sun, means how much time the Earth takes to complete one revolution, to complete one complete revolution around the sun. So friends, the answer to this question is that the period of revolution of Earth around the sun is 365 days, okay, 365 days plus 5 hours, okay, plus 5 hours, and after that plus 48 minutes. Okay, so what is the period of revolution of Earth around the sun? So now you can tell that the period of revolution of Earth around the sun is 365 days, 5 hours and 48 minutes. 365 days, 5 hours and 48 minutes. So it basically means that the Earth takes 365 days, 5 hours and 48 minutes to complete a round, to complete a revolution around the sun. Okay, means after 365 days, 5 hours and 48 minutes, Earth will come back to its original position from where it has started the revolution. Okay, so friends, here comes the concept of leap year. So what is a leap year and what is the entire concept of leap year? So just now I have told you that the period of revolution of Earth around the sun is 365 days, okay, and after that 5 hours plus 48 minutes. Okay, so the period of revolution of Earth around the sun is 365 days, 5 hours and 48 minutes. Okay, now friends, here is one disclaimer, and the disclaimer is that you may find different data in different books. So please don't get confused after seeing a different data, okay, because many a times I have seen in my experience that different books are mentioning different data. So I have tried to bring the legitimate data for you, okay, but please do not get confused after seeing different data. You only need to focus on concept, okay, because UPSC is more focused on concept rather than on data. Okay, so the basic concept, the basic focus of UPSC is concepts. UPSC asks questions from concept. Okay, so what I was explaining you the concept of leap year. So I told you that the Earth completes its one revolution around the sun in 365 days, 5 hours and 48 minutes. Okay, now friends, this 5 hours 48 minutes, okay, so we can call this 5 hours 48 minutes as approximately 6 hours. Okay, why? Because only 12 minutes are less in 6 hours. Okay, so I told you that the Earth completes its one revolution around the sun in 365 days, 5 hours and 48 minutes, and then I told you that we can consider these 5 hours and 48 minutes as approximately 6 hours. Okay, so you can say that approximately Earth completes its one revolution around the sun in 365 days and 6 hours. Okay, so approximately, why? Because 5 hours 48 minutes are approximately equal to 6 hours, because only 12 minutes are left. Okay, now friends, how many hours are there in a day? Okay, so what is my question? So my question is that how many hours are there in a day? So now you can say that, sir, this is a very simple question and there are 24 hours in a day. Okay, how many hours in a day? There are 24 hours in a day. Means 24 hours together makes a day. Together makes one day. So friends, let's suppose that this is year 2017. Okay, so let's suppose for the sake of understanding that this is year 2017. So now what we will do, that we will count only 365 days in year 2017 and we will ignore these 6 hours, or we will keep these 6 hours in reserve. Okay, so we will ignore these 6 hours or we will keep these 6 hours in reserve. So we will say that there are only 365 days in 2017. Okay, after that what will happen, that 2018 will come. Okay, and again 2000. Okay, so in again year 2018, earth will complete its one revolution around the sun in 365 days and 6 hours. Okay, so here again what we will do, that we will only count 365 days in year 2018. So what we will say, that there are only 365 days in year 2018. Okay, and again we will keep these 6 hours in reserve. Okay, so again we have kept these 6 hours in reserve, means we have not counted these 6 hours. Okay, now after 2018, then year 2019 will come, and again you will say that sir, there will be 365 days 365 days and 6 hours in year 2019. Okay, so now again what we will do, that we will count these 365 days. So we will say that year 2019 has 365 days and we will keep these 6 hours in reserve. Okay, and after 2019, then what will happen, then year 2020 or 2020 will come. Okay, now again what will happen, that in year 2020 the earth will complete its one revolution around the sun in 365 days and 6 hours. Okay, now friend, if you will see the record of last 3 years, okay, if you will see the record of last 3 years, then you will found that we have kept 6 hours in reserve from year 2017, 6 hours in reserve from year 2018, 6 hours in reserve from year 2019, and we have 6 hours from year 2020. Okay, and if you will add all these 6 hours, then how many hours will become? 24 hours will become. And just now I told you that one day is equal to 24 hours. Okay, so now by adding the 6 hours of last 4 years, we have got one complete day. Okay, so we have got one complete day. So now we will not count 365 days in year 2020. Why? Because here we are having one more day. So now we will say that there are 366 days. There are 366 days in year 2020. So now year 2020 will be called as leap year. Okay, so year 2020 will be called as leap year. So this is the concept of leap year. So there are two type of years, normal year and leap year. Now what happens in a normal year, that there are how many days? 365 days in a normal year, but there are 366 days in a leap year. And I told you that why there are 366 days in a leap year. Okay, and now we add this one extra day. So I told you that we have one extra day in case of leap year. So we add this one extra day in the month of February. So normally what happens, that in a normal year, the month of February has 28 days. But in a leap year, the month of February has 29 days. So this is the entire concept of leap year. Now friends, after this, the question arises that what is the speed of revolution of earth around the sun? Okay, so when I taught you the concept of rotation of earth, okay, at that point of time, I taught you two things. One thing was the period of rotation of earth and the second thing was the speed of rotation of earth. Okay, now friends, as we have studied about the speed of rotation of earth, similarly here also we need to study about the speed of revolution of earth. Okay, now what is the meaning of speed? What is the meaning of speed? So speed basically means distance upon time. Distance divided by time means how much distance an object is covering in a unit time. Okay, so what is the meaning of speed? So speed basically means that how much distance an object is covering in a unit time. For example, if we have to measure the speed in terms of kilometer per hour. Okay, so if we have to measure the speed in terms of kilometer per hour, for example, you must have listened that this is a very good car. The top speed of this car is 200. So basically the top speed of that car is 200 kilometer per hour. Okay, so if I am saying that the top speed of a car is 200 kilometer per hour. Okay, so if I am saying that the top speed of a car is 200 kilometers per hour, so it means that in 1 hour, okay, in the period of 1 hour, this car will cover a distance of 200 kilometers. Okay, so when I am saying that the top speed of a car is 200 kilometers per hour, then it means that when this car will continuously move for a period of 1 hour, when this car will continuously move for a period of 1 hour at the top speed, then this car will cover a distance of 200 kilometers. Okay, so speed means how much distance a object is covering in an unit time. Okay, in a unit time, for example, in 1 hour. Okay, so 1 hour is a unit time. Unit means 1. For example, in 1 second. So here 1 is unit time. For example, in 1 minute. So here 1 is unit time. Okay, so if I am saying that a car is moving at the speed of 200 kilometers per hour, then it means that this car will cover a distance of 200 kilometers in 1 hour. Okay, similarly here we need to know that what is the speed of revolution of Earth around the sun. Okay, and if we have to calculate this speed in kilometer per hour, then we are actually trying to find that how much distance in kilometers Earth is moving in 1 hour around the sun. Okay, so I told you that the Earth is moving in a fixed path around the sun, and this fixed path is called as the orbit of Earth around the sun. So here we need to know that when Earth is moving in its orbit, then how much distance the Earth is covering in every 1 hour. So this is the meaning of speed of revolution. Now friends, here I want to tell you one more important thing, that the speed of revolution of Earth is not fixed. Okay, the speed of revolution of Earth is not fixed for its entire journey. For example, let's suppose if you are going from New Delhi to let's suppose Allahabad, or what we say Prayagraj. Okay, so let's suppose you are going from New Delhi to Prayagraj. Okay, then is it possible that will you be able to move continuously at the speed of 200 kilometers per hour? No. For some duration of your journey, your speed will be below this point. Means let's suppose your speed is 150 kilometers per hour, and for some duration of your journey, it is a possibility that your speed is above 200 kilometers per hour. It means that when you are covering your journey from one place to another, then it is a possibility then that your speed may vary. Okay. Similarly, what happens when the Earth moves around the sun, then the speed of sun varies. The speed of Earth varies. The speed of Earth changes. Okay, so what I am saying, that the speed of revolution of Earth around the sun is not fixed, it varies. Okay, but now the question arises that why the speed of revolution of Earth around the sun varies, why the speed of revolution of Earth around the sun changes. So the reason of the variation in speed, or the reason of the change in speed of the movement of Earth around the sun, is the concept of aphelion and perihelion. Okay, so now let's see what happens. So friends, here you can see that in the position of perihelion, the distance between Earth and sun is minimum. Okay, means the Earth is actually closest to the sun. So when Earth is closest to the sun, it means that the sun will exert more gravity. The sun will exert more gravitational force on the Earth. Okay, so what will happen, that the sun will exert more gravitational force on the Earth. Now friends, when sun will exert more gravitational force on the Earth, it means that the sun is pulling Earth towards itself. Okay, the sun is pulling Earth towards itself with more power. So what will happen, that the speed of rotation, the speed of revolution of Earth around the sun will increase. Okay, so again I will repeat this concept for you. So what happens, friends, that when Earth is close to Sun, okay, for example, in the position of perihelion, Earth is very close to Sun, or it is the position in which the distance between Earth and Sun is minimum. So when Earth is close to Sun, then the Sun will exert more gravitational force on the Earth. Now, if Sun is applying more gravitational force on Earth, it means that Sun is pulling Earth towards itself with more power. So what will happen, that the speed of Earth, the speed of movement of Earth will increase. Okay, but let's suppose if Earth is in the position of aphelion, so you can clearly see here that in the position of aphelion, Earth is very far from Sun. Okay, so now the thing is that when Earth is far from Sun, then what happens, that the Sun exerts relatively less gravitational force on the Earth. Okay, Sun exerts relatively less gravitational force on the Earth. So if Sun is exerting less gravitational force on the Earth, so what does it mean? So it means that the Sun is now pulling Earth toward itself with low intensity, with relatively low power. So what will happen when the Sun is exerting less power on the Earth? So the speed of revolution of Earth, or the speed of movement of Earth around the Sun, will decrease. So you need to keep in mind, when the Earth is close to Sun, so the speed is more, and when the Earth is away from Sun, so the speed is less. Okay, but friends, we can calculate an average speed. That what is the average speed of revolution of Earth around the Sun? Okay, so we can calculate average speed, because we don't know that what is the speed at different locations, so we can calculate the average speed. So what happens, that the average speed means so what is the meaning of average speed? So average speed basically means the total distance covered by the Earth, in one revolution, divided by total time taken by the Earth, in one revolution. So what is average speed? So average speed means total distance covered divided by total time taken. Okay, so when you will do all the calculations, so the result will come that the average speed of the revolution of Earth around the Sun is approximately 1 lakh kilometers per hour. Okay, so what is the average speed? So the average speed is 1 lakh kilometers per hour. Now what does it mean? So it means that when the Earth is moving around the Sun in its orbit, then in 1 hour, Earth covers a distance of 1 lakh kilometers. So imagine, it is a very, very high speed. So friends, that's all for today. I hope that you all must have enjoyed the lecture. Okay, and in this lecture I have covered the topic of revolution, and now in the next class we will discuss about the topic of seasons. Okay, so basically what happens, that the topic of seasons and revolution is interlinked. So in today's class I have completed the topic of revolution. So now in the next class I will cover the topic of seasons in a very detailed manner. So friends, if you have enjoyed the lecture, then please like the video, comment, subscribe the channel, press the bell icon and select all. Now we will meet in next class. Till then, stay indoors, stay healthy, take care of yourself. Thank you.